Hi everyone, I'm so pleased that you could join me for part 2 of Owning Your Future, so I can share some insights with you about advancing your career, overcoming challenges that feel daunting, and learning how to navigate for future career success. So today, let's talk practically. Design a personal brand and create and leverage differentiation. There's no room in the realm of success, ladies, for me too mindsets or behaviors. So if you don't have a personal brand for your career, figure it out. Who are you? What are you? Where are you aspirationally headed in your career? What's unique about you that makes you extremely valuable to a management team? After all, if you don't know, no one else in the career navigation discussion will either. Now let's talk about competitive differentiation just in the IR field. One of the keys to success is exploring strategies for standing out in the growing field of IR professionals, especially amidst the influx of highly diverse backgrounds that came into IR during the pandemic. Think critically about how you can leverage past roles for career advancement. Remember, as I mentioned a moment ago, uniqueness counts. Be authentic about who you are and how you're different than others. Why? Because it matters. How do you navigate the evolving role of IR? I have to be honest with you, of all the professions available to you, you have chosen IR, and I'll tell you, it is one of the most unique careers in the world. And it naturally affords you to choose a variety of lanes to travel down in your careers. So I'm going to use an adage with you that I truly believe can fuel future success. When your boss asks you to do something outside your comfort zone, the answer always has to be yes. Now, why is that? First of all, because your boss is displaying the ultimate confidence in you that you're smart and savvy enough to tackle anything that's in front of you. Take advantage of it. Even if upon first blush the topic doesn't seem interesting, you need to pursue it because you never know where it's going to lead you. Except I can tell you it's going to lead to great success. Now let's talk about balance. For women in particular who have broader responsibilities across their personal lives, whether it's aging parents, a family, volunteer work, doesn't really matter. But this particular point can be a challenging one. But honestly, when did anybody in your circle of professional and personal friends tell you that life is about balance? Life's about juggling. And if you want to work in the upper tiers of management, either adjust yourself accordingly or pivot differently in your career aspirations. It's okay if you pause your career a bit and pause your career advancement while embracing personal goals for a period of time. Give yourself permission to do this. And ultimately, I guarantee you that when your career comes to a close, you'll look back and you'll feel gratified about both your career and your personal life. Years ago, the world told us women that we had to do everything all the time to keep up and be perfect at it. Not so true anymore. Now, another topic that I think is really important in our careers, especially as women, is promoting equality, equity, and inclusion. Make the intellectual and emotional commitment to foster a supportive environment for female professionals and actively invite diverse talent into the IR career lane. It's one of the biggest challenges that continues to plague women, frankly, is their lack of support for each other. I know that sounds a bit crazy, but remember, we're in this together. So embrace a sisterhood to help advance all of our careers, even if some of the time your support of a female colleague means they get the promotion that you wanted. Not necessarily a moment to feel defeated. It's a moment to recognize a couple of things, not the least of which is maybe you have a gap or something you need to work on since you didn't get that promotion. And that's okay. Networking never hurts. And while this seems like an obvious suggestion, there are countless executives who never raise their heads up and network. And I know your jobs are demanding and time-consuming. However, you have to maintain your network to develop and maintain visibility for future success. Not to mention, you got to remain fresh in your thinking. So let's talk about pay gap. This is a really sensitive topic and it has been for a while. So let me help you kind of carve a view of this for your future. And let's be realistic. It's not going to resolve itself overnight. So how can you help yourself in a manner that gives you the strongest, savviest executive positioning on this topic? Be smart about how you approach your boss. Do your research, have tangible examples of peer equity on compensation, could be through a survey or industry norms, but most importantly, put some critical thinking into how a dramatic increase in compensation can be resolved. And I'll tell you, having personally architected compensation plans in the past, I can tell you a huge increase in one fell swoop is not going to happen overnight. So you need to think about what your bosses and colleagues are going to more easily digest. Create a multi-year plan to reach peer equity on pay. It's not going to hurt you to take 2 or 3 years to get there, but using this kind of approach also helps your bosses understand that you understand where they're coming from and you're being considerate about the pair of shoes that they wear. Finally, and most of all, ladies, support one another and be available and open to helping each other. What we're in together right now is critical, and if we don't come together, it's going to create a problem for all of us. More and more I see women breaking norms in a multitude of ways. Always remember there's no right way or wrong way to navigate your career. This is a personal decision on so many levels. And your most effective strategy is to invest in strategic thinking in all that I've shared with you today. I wish you great success. I know you'll be amazing. Thanks for joining me.